During my small campaign, waxaan tagay meel la yiraahdo Coos Mudullo. I still remember it very well. Coos Mudullo has a small primary school. There were 2 teachers, and it's a full primary school, one stream. There were 2 teachers. One was TSC, one was employed by the community. Now the community itself, waxay ku nool yihiin galley. They are that poor. But they have been forced to employ a teacher. And then in the same community, there were 20 women or asay saaran. Asaydana macnaheedu waxa weeyaan the men were killed either by Al-Shabaab or the national security. 20 of them. So what is the chance of that child from that place coming to get a degree like Dayow? It doesn't exist. It's very painful. waad mahadsantihiin xafladada noogu soo yeerteen. You have invited us to this very important gathering. When the ladies were talking about, and the men, about Dayow's time, actually I was partly responsible for him not even to have finished his degree earlier. Dayow spent about 4 months campaigning for me in Wajir. And I'm very grateful to my brother Dayow for his support. Marka arrintan, this degree of Dayow waa muqaal. Nin ka imaaday Batalow, Wajir imaaday. Has gone to many places. Got a primary degree, no, a diploma first. Primary degree, secondary degree, helay the final degree. Ona ke imaaday Batalow. Just shows you waa muqaalka annaga haddii aan northeastern nahan, what it takes to get educated. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. During my small campaign, waxaan tagay meel la yiraahdo Coos Mudullo. I still remember it very well. Coos Mudullo has a small primary school. There were 2 teachers, and it's a full primary school, one stream. There were 2 teachers. One was TSC, one was employed by the community. Now the community itself, waxay ku nool yihiin galley. They are that poor. But they have been forced to employ a teacher. And then in the same community, there were 20 women or asay saaran. Asaydana macnaheedu waxa weeyaan the men were killed either by Al-Shabaab or the national security. 20 of them. So what is the chance of that child from that place coming to get a degree like Dayow? It doesn't exist. It's very painful. Marka, Wajer is 24.7 times the size of Kiambu. The size of Kiambu. To get a child, say, in Biamado or Konton or Pasanicha or Danaba, what is the cost, the educational cost to provide that child with adequate resource to compete with other children in this country? So, when you hear tunataka one vote, 1 shilling. Was it 1 vote, 1 shilling? What else? There were 3 issues. 1 man, 1 vote, 1 shilling. For the last 50 years, before devolution, Wajir received 5 billion shillings. Because each county in Northeastern used to receive 200 million shillings through the DC. Through the DC. So the DC sometimes would create non-existent security matters so that the money can be continued to be in the control of the DC. So for the last 50 years, what development that took place in Northeastern was people-generated development. There is no government-generated development in Northeastern. But now, we have a little bit resource given to us by the people of Kenya, not by the Kenya government, by the people of Kenya. That we need to know. But we must make significant use of that resource, inshallah. That means we need to get a leadership like Dayow, sensitive to the people's need, aware of what is necessary. For example, what is the literacy level in Wajir compared to Kiambu? Kiambu is 97%. I'm sure I'm talking about class 8. What is in Wajir is between 10 and 20%. You can't even talk about primary or secondary degrees or even tertiary degree or tisa kolota. Where will we get development? Mahali, we don't have the human resource. We have only 3 or 4 degrees or 11 kamit mambo ni matatu, as they say. 3 things. We need to tell this government, because some of these issues are about infrastructure. Had the Jit Kanate, for example, Wajir, on Kudomanhain, or Lugugajonye. Every government that comes and campaigns for us, Waile in Jitkama in Diseina. But it never happens. Never happens. And that is part of the infrastructure issues that even the schools depend on. Marka tuambie serikali, Mheshimiwa Ruto, mambo ni moja tu peke yake. Hii barabara tengeneza, tukupe kura 2027. And many other issues, inshallah. Thank you very much.